Okay, AI replacing property managers in 2025. We're going to talk about it now with expert property manager Cleo Witt here. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Cleo, is this true? Property managers going to be replaced by AI?
Maybe there'll be a robot sitting next to me at work one day that malfunctions and starts hitting me.
A Tesla robot?
A Tesla robot, yeah.
Oh, so tell me, applications that you're using it for. I want to take this in a direction of where we're coming from and potentially where we're going to. What an everyday real estate agency on the Northern Beaches in DY is using it for. How's ChatGPT and how's AI going for you?
It's so good, honestly. I cannot rave about it more. I feel when you use it correctly and you are putting in the right information, you can get phenomenal results from things like ChatGPT. A lot of the grunt work in property management can be taken away so easily with AI, which is, I guess, where the topic comes from. Will certain roles become obsolete now that AI can generate all of that data and information for you? It's a bit scary, but it's great as well.
Now, I still get people saying chat what? Like, I still get people like, just put in ChatGPT and stuff like that. They go, what? You go, you don't know what that is? They go, nah. You go, do you want to know what it is? And they go, nah. There's no interest. But where do you use it? Like, and because I must admit, it actually gives me the shits. If I see something basic, well scripted, that I expect to be, if I see something that I expect to come back basic and it comes back busy, it it actually loses me. It loses me. So to give you an idea, sometimes I've got one of our internal staff does reporting for me, and it suddenly got really good and really long and really detailed, and I sort of switched off on it.
It's true. You can go overboard, and it does lack that human touch if you're just going to use it for grammar and cleaning up an email or a sentence or a paragraph. The feeling is not in there. Even if you write ChatGPT, I like to put in my responses in a, for example, empathetic tone if I'm responding to a tenant or something, a sincere tone or a firm professional tone. The grammar changes, but the tone isn't always there. It's different from when you can still pick up that phone and have a conversation with the tenant or an owner. But I don't use it just for that. I use it for things that are labored, things that would normally take me a very long time to complete. For example, an AGM or EGM notice from Strata. I'm not going to read all of that for the owner. Normally, what we do is we just scan it to the owner and it's up to the landlord to go through it. But what I've been doing recently is scanning that document in and just asking things like, what is the lot owner of 48 expected to pay out of this meeting? And it'll just go and give me short answers, like $35,000 in the next 3 years based on special levies, Like, that is a game changer for me just alone. So then when I'm talking to my owner, I can just say, look, we didn't go to the meeting, here's your notice, but you're gonna have to budget now because they've passed in a roof repair, for example. Like, no
That's
one would do
crazy.
that. I know, no one would think to do that. Like, I know when you have been in property management so long and they say, oh, what tasks do you hate doing? I mean, these are the tasks that you put into AI and they help in letting you do what you like to do, like, renovations or talking to your clients or, going to inspections. So, yeah, I feel certain tasks, certain roles are being taken away by AI. It's just fact.
Something that we had a bit of training on, which I thought's great. I laugh because my very advanced technology focused 19-year-old doesn't actually use the app. She doesn't use the app. She actually goes onto the website, and I'm on her phone, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" So, something I got to say to everyone is make sure if you're using ChatGPT as an example for AI, make sure you're logged in, and make sure you're logged in on your PC to the same account, and make sure you're logged into your phone on the same account. And we got some training, some formal training the other day where the trainer gave us notes to prime our chat GPT. They call it priming. So what it starts to do is when you and when you tell it very basic information and you tell it to remember that basic information, it starts to prime ChatGPT to do a better job. So for instance, he gave us, I think, about 20 or 25 paragraphs and said, throw that text into ChatGPT. And it said stuff like, I'm a real estate agent in DY Northern Beaches. I work on sales commission. Sales commission is generated when I sell a property. I want to attract prospective purchasers as part of my job. And it started, and I was like, you know what? I've never told ChatGPT the actual basics of what I do and who I am and stuff like that. So it's all starting to get pretty technical now, and it's all starting to remember and prime that information to keep it's remembering every single conversation you're having with it. Where have you gone with chat with say with AI in the last 12 months, and where are you going in the next 12 months in property management?
Look, I feel obviously using it more in our day-to-day tasks, but I've adapted a lot more to the technology like than I thought I would. Being old school, I've found new ways in which I can make it work for me and just personalize my journey. And I feel that in the next year or so, I'm really gonna start thinking more outside the box and using it for innovative things rather than just day-to-day task things. That's where I'd like to go, because it's freeing up a lot more of my time. Even accounting, we're using it in accounting things like tenant ledgers and understanding,
You were saying that
um,
yesterday, yeah.
yeah, with maths and stuff. So if you're not, good at maths, I in 15 years of property management, I do know what I'm doing, but I don't like tenant ledgers. It's reconciling and accounting. So I can put that ledger in and feed it the information and ask the technology to tell me where the tenant fell behind, outline where it is exactly on the ledger. So then in an email I can just short punch show, and that's incredible in itself. I've done that for a few tenants now and they're like, oh, now that makes sense. Whereas if I picked up the phone and tried to go, when 2017 you got an increase of $20 and it's been catching up for the last 3 years, and it's like, they've lost you on the phone, they've lost you completely. So where it's not going to take over, I feel, is in emergencies, things with experience that you need your property manager for. You're not going to get an emergency response and how to deal with that from AI. A human can only do that, but yeah, no, I'm excited to see where it's going. And perfecting what we do, perfecting even an NCAT. I'm excited to think how much it will help with all of those results as well. Hi, darling. Yeah. Sorry, I've
Sure.
got a visitor.
Does visitor want to come in and just say hello?
Yeah, I think she's going to make her way down. But yeah, like even legislation and NCAT, you can put in, the ruling and ask, how did the member come up with this ruling? So you can use it for all of that. Summarizing things that take a long time.
Stunning. Should landlords be excited about a sort of AI, particularly ChatGPT, or should they be, as in, are they going to save money? Is it going to be a better job? Are they going to be able to do property management themselves?
I think they'll save money definitely because their property manager is out there doing other things like maximizing their investment, spending time with, routines, reletting, all of that sort of stuff. Um, and I hope that our clients understand that it's not a cheat sheet for us. It's just a way of getting better and doing our job better. So that's the goal, I feel. Um, yeah, like I'm excited. I'm normally, I got a Mac PC from the PC. I hated it. Now I don't like it so much. So I'm evolving. I've had to adapt, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's great.
Gold. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are using in our industry Chat GPT. That's where we're using a little bit of AI. It's pretty incredible. I don't know, 5 years time, if it's done what it's done in the last year, 5 years time is pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
Yes, I don't know, yeah, where it's going to go. Hopefully it can do all our ingoing inspection reports. That would be
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely. Well, I'm onto that.
I know you are. I know
You
you
know I'm onto
are.
that.
I'll
All
give you
right.
the complaint and you can find the solution.
That's it. That's it. Cleo, thanks for coming on
Thank
and
you.
sharing what you know.
All right. Have a great
Take care.
day. See you.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.